You are listening to Christian Audio's production of Sacred Privilege, the Life and Ministry of a Pastor's Wife, written and read by Kay Warren. This audio recording was produced in 2017 by Christian Audio, which owns a copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition issued by contractual arrangement with Revell, a division of Baker Publishing Group. Originally published in English as Sacred Privilege, copyright 2017 by Kay Warren, all rights reserved. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/Christian Audio, or twitter.com/Christian Audio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles.
Preface. When I began sharing this material with pastors' wives almost 30 years ago, I was young in ministry with plenty of questions and not a lot of answers. I titled my message, The Changing Role of the Pastor's Wife. As Saddleback grew and our ministry expanded, I changed it to Growing with Your Church. Then life and ministry got pretty intense, which was reflected in the next title, How to Keep the Ministry from Killing You. Now, at this point, after decades of serving God in ministry, I've realized it's best titled Sacred Privilege, Your Life and Ministry as a Pastor's Wife. If you and I could sit down and have a cup of tea together and you felt comfortable enough to be vulnerable, I wonder what you would tell me about being married to a pastor and your life and ministry. I wonder how you would title your own talk or book. Many of you knew before you married that your husband was headed for the pastorate, but some of you did not see it coming. Your hubby was actively working in another career when God called your family to radically shift direction and enter the ministry. Some of you are married to the senior or lead pastor, and some of you are married to a pastor in a staff position. Some of you are total newbies. You're recent church planners on your own, or you're helping to launch a video campus in a location separate from the mothership. Or maybe you didn't grow up in a Christian home, and absolutely everything about a life in ministry is still a mystery. Some of you are seasoned veterans. You've been at this for decades and might even be approaching retirement. You know ministry like the back of your hand. Others of you are smack dab in the middle. You're not newbies, but you're not near the finish line either. You've got a few years of experience under your belt, enough to have a pretty good feel for what life as a pastor's wife is going to be like for you. Recently, I took a non-scientific survey of more than 3,000 pastors' wives who follow me or Rick on social media and heard 4 distinct responses to questions about life and ministry. There is a group of you that is genuinely excited. You consider ministry a privilege and an honor, and you love your life as a woman married to a pastor. Yes, there are some real ups and downs, but there are more positives than negatives to living a life of full-time ministry, and overall, you'd choose it again. Then there is a second group of you that is not quite as excited as the first group. The stresses and difficulties have made ministry challenging beyond what you were expecting, and honestly, the jury is out. You could go either way. If you stay in ministry, you know you'll survive. But if your husband decides to pursue another profession, you might be relieved. Then there is a third, smaller group. You have been broken by a life in full-time ministry. Your dreams are shattered. Your patience with criticism, change, and financial struggle is long exhausted. Your family has taken one for the team, one too many times. You constantly have to fight against bitterness and disillusionment taking over. When you look ahead to more years of living this way, you get a desperate, sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. Frankly, you are done. There is yet another group of you that is deeply frustrated by the state of the Western Church, angered by its silence or stance on injustice, racial reconciliation, poverty, sexuality, the environment, and any number of other social concerns. And you find yourself either emotionally or physically distancing yourself from church as you've known it. I found myself nodding my head in understanding and empathy as I read the comments from thousands of my fellow pastors' wives. So much of what they said rang true in my heart. I could identify with the range of emotions and reactions. Their stories made sense to me. I've lived many of them myself. That's because ministry is the only life I know. No matter which way I turn, I'm surrounded by the ministry. I'm a pastor's daughter and a pastor's wife. My daughter is married to a pastor. My sister-in-law is married.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?